Hi guys, how are you all doing? Keeping well, I hope. Welcome to this week's episode from Taff HQ. Now, this week's episode, I'm going to be creating a weather rock on the largest chunk of rock that I've ever created one on before. I've created so many of these, from plum slate, big rocks, you name it. I've created so many. I've actually lost count. Now, if I get my editing right, you will be able to see the full width of this rock, which is over a foot, and the full weight. I have to use my bathroom scales for this because it is over 11 kilograms. So it's a hefty piece of rock. And if I can give you one piece of extremely valuable advice if you want to tackle a project like this, when you've got your head in the basket at the garden centre looking for the best piece of plum slate or whichever you want to paint yours on, take it out of the basket and set it on the floor. If it stands up straight, perfect, because that now is going to dictate which way you're going to paint it. As you can see on the one that I've got, it's wider than it is taller. I've painted mostly on taller ones, but now I've got a really wide one. And it took me quite a long time to find one that would stand up by itself. Now, this project is going to take me a few days because I really enjoy taking my time with these weather rocks, which means for you there's going to be hardly, if any, talking during this week's episode at all, which is brilliant for you. The process of creating this weather rock is quite simple. It's 2 stages. The first stage is adding your text. Down in the description box below, I'm going to put a link to a document that you can download for yourself and use my text. You can change the text if you like. The choice is completely yours, but that's your first step. The second step then is the decoration, and you can decorate it how you want. I like doing a little sort of summer garden-ish on mine. I'm going to see you guys in minutes. However, for me, it's going to be nearly a week before I do the end piece of this video, but I want you to enjoy it anyway. Are you ready? Then let's go. If you're wondering why I'm allowing this to dry and feel the need for another coat, it's because I cannot put that much pressure on here without the paint splashing all over the place, because this is very, very uneven. So I'm allowing it to dry in between an additional coat. I don't even know how many coats it's going to need on each of these bits of text, but if you've got a super rough rock, always let it dry before you put another coat on it, and don't press too hard because you might find little paint splashes appearing. base colours are now pretty much on everything. Due to the size of this whopping great big huge hunk of rock, it isn't possible for me to get up close and personal and do the fine details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this home, fix all the things that need fixing, put some extra coats on the stuff that obviously needs second coats, and then I'm going to bring it back to you. See you on the other side when this looks much better. This whopping great big huge rock got really difficult to handle whilst it was in the workshop, so I had to take it home. So let me just run through what I've done for you. As you can see, most of it now has been outlined. The sunflower, well, my excuse for a sunflower has been painted. The outline has gone round all of the fencing, the flowers, the birdhouse, clouds. What I've also done, and you won't be able to see it just yet, I hope you get to see it later, is I've got some leaves here to represent autumn, some silver snowflakes here. Over here then I've got some raindrops and some sunshine, and that's about it. Oh, I added a little bird. These are just fabulous. You start off with a line, you put your one dot in the middle, you put 5 dots around, and that's it, you're done. I've got to the stage where I've put the grass now down the bottom to soften it up quite nicely, and this is ready for spraying. The sheer beauty of this piece has been absolutely enhanced by just one coat of lacquer for now. It's going to have more, approximately 500ml more over the next few weeks. But as you can see, and I hope you can see, the lacquer has brought out the errors in the rock itself, and of course it's made our text and images pop a little bit more against the darkness of the rock. I haven't done the back just yet, that's going to take me a while. If you get a chunk of rock like this that you want to create something on, as I might have mentioned earlier, make sure that it can stand up by itself. If it can't stand up by itself, see if you can find a really helpful builder who will cut it straight across the bottom for you. If you're going to leave it in the garden, I strongly suggest that during the winter months you bring it in. If you're going to create something for your house, again I strongly suggest that you put on the bottom some of this stick-on felt stuff, because no matter what surface you put this on, it's going to scratch. I'll put a link to this stuff, which I bought for another project, in the description box below. Now, I appreciate that there was a lot of this that you didn't see me do simply because I had to take it home. It was very difficult to maneuver around this piece in the small workshop area that I have at HQ, and being at home meant that I could move it around, even put it on a cake turntable to make life a lot easier for me. At over £20 in weight, it was very difficult to just move it around by itself to get to the little pieces that I want. And as you've noticed in other rock projects, I do have a habit of turning the rock around when I want to get to certain bits, because it makes life easier for me. Because it's such a large chunk, it took me 5 days to complete this project. Part of the problem with it was that it would not warm up at all. I tried hair dryers, heat guns, I even propped it up against the radiator, it just would not warm up, which meant that everything that I put on took longer than normal to dry. If you've enjoyed my project, please like and share it with your friends. If you'd like to support the Taff Rocks channel, there'll be a couple of links in the description box below for Ko-fi, Patreon, and something from an Amazon wish list. And if you haven't already, before you leave today, please don't forget to subscribe and click that little notification bell. Until I see you next time, guys, don't forget, keep on rocking, and ciao for now.